During the final home game this season. Sign up for free today at www.winanewterrain.com or sign up at any Legends home game. We start the second quarter. Iowa with the basketball. The Mavericks and the Bucks played earlier today at 1 o'clock. The Bucks beat the Mavericks by 10, but Luka Doncic, his first career triple-double, noteworthy out of that game. Legends, the affiliate club of the Mavericks, hoping to have a different result. Although if someone got a triple-double, I don't think anyone would complain. Xavier Johnson off the feed from Spalding.
Kind of surprising to think that this is his first triple-double. I mean, he's been setting the league on fire, and you would think by now he'd have one, but congratulations to him getting that first trip-dub.
He's been close. Johnson the steal.
Such a good defensive unit out here. They really get after the ball. Really good adjustment here by Coach McKinnon, bringing in some much-needed reserves.
Trent guarded by Goodwin, gets the screen. Pulls up and hits.
Yeah, that's like a layup for him coming off that right hand. If you don't give that coverage that you need, he'll just make you pay every single time.
Averaged 14.5 points for a Duke team that got knocked out in the Elite Eight last year as Warwick unable to sky that high to get the lob.
You don't really know how good of a defender a guy like Gary Trent is because all he did last year was sit in that zone that Coach K had for him. But he's actually pretty good on the ball and off the ball as a help defender as well.
Oh, nice step through by Goodwin, but Spalding there with the block.
You can see where he shines, this Goodwin guy on the break here. Step through and good old reliable Spalding come through with the block. He's been very active today, both ends of the floor. And you can tell he's just flourishing game after game. I think this is probably has to be his best stretch of basketball in his young career.
Goodwin unable to convert the up and under. Edmond 0 for 3. Spalding! Holy smokes!
Goodness gracious. This man came through with a monstrous putback dunk.
The Legends are on an 8-0 run, punctuated by that Ray Spalding putback jam. They're down by 3 out of the timeout. As they apply a little bit of backcourt pressure, now they'll retreat. It's Johnson, Welsh, Johnson, Oben, Goodwin, and Stark on the floor for the Wolves. Johnson, Spalding, Hornsby, Detman, and Trent for the Legends. Stark guarded by Hornsby. He's able to slip by him. First 2 points for Jonathan Stark.
Yeah, that's easy money for Jonathan Stark. He saw that mismatch, drove straight right by Hornsby and got an easy layup.
Spalding and Denman working together. Denman creates space, and that's his first jumper here in the quarter. 6 points for Justin Denman.
6 points, and I'm going to go as far as saying that's probably not going to be the last 2 we're going to see from him tonight.
He's got 5 shots in 11 minutes. He'll reach double figures, and hey, he should. He shoots the 3 as well as anyone.
Absolutely.
Johnson, 12 points for the big man who's averaging just 5 points per game. You got a Louisville battle. Spalding and Johnson guys play together. Gary Trent stops and pops.
His size is just really his advantage. He got little guards that are guarding him. They really can't contest his jump shot. He doesn't even need much separation to get that off.
9 points for Trent, who's here guarding Stark. Now he passes him off to Spalding. Brandon Goodwin for 3.
Brandon Goodwin showing us his full repertoire. He's driving by people and doing the catch and shoot thing too.
Edmond short on the triple. Johnson was able to snag the rebound. Welsh guarded by Spalding. Couple of NBA assignment players. Contact, and it's a block.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a foul, but ref thought otherwise. I really thought Coach McKinnon did a good job bringing in Xavier in order to guard the post, but when you got that mismatch and have Spalding on him in the post, this isn't his strength defensively, and he's going to catch some fouls like this because his game isn't really designed to guard the post defensively.
Goodwin gets his own rebound. DJO, and Spalding's got that, his 5th rebound. He'll pull up. A little too much mustard on it. Johnson Odom and Jay Crowder were college teammates at Marquette. Nice find. Thomas Welsh and the foul.
Great thing about his game is he catches the ball. Any kind of pass you throw his way, his catch radius is pretty wide for a big guy, and he finishes well around the basket as well.
Tristan Burrell returns. Gary Trent exits. Welsh, 9 points, 5 rebounds. Going to the line for the first time around the season. He's shooting around 65%. And he completes the three-point play. So Welsh with that into double figures with 10. Jalen Johnson leading all scorers with 12. And for the Legends, Ray Spalding leading the way with 10. Here's Spalding with the right.
Really impressive that he can do that on a guy like Welsh. I think that's the one missing piece to his game. Just like a legitimate low post presence. We know he can stretch out and shoot it. We see how active defensively he is. Can he make people pay in the post is the next question.
Hornsby, the X-Man. Legends scoring in transition as they're back within 5.
X gonna give it to you.
Bringing that one out again. 90s hits galore. That's late 90s, maybe early 2000s.
Yeah, it might be. I got more where that came from.
Hornsby. Legends within 3. Transition buckets for the Legends as they've battled back to a one-possession game.
And you can see Scott Roth, coach for the Iowa Wolves, is not happy with the run that's been going on here. If they can't score here, I would anticipate a timeout on his side.
Johnson Odom cut off by Burrell. Short on the 3 from the top of start. Spalding. 1 point game. Nice finish there by Ray. We've seen him do a little bit of a few things, and he's up to 14 points on 7 of 10 shooting.
It's looking great. Conversely, the Wolves just can't get a bucket and can't stop anybody either.
Burrell guarding Johnson, who just throws something towards the rim. He almost hit it. That's Spalding with the rebound. And Denman draws the foul. Will go to the line to shoot free throws. I believe the call on the floor is 3 shots. And we've talked about this before. I don't know if there's anyone in the league who's as good at drawing fouls from behind the arc as Justin Denman.
Just a veteran move. He knew exactly what he wanted to do. He got a young guy on him who's trying to prove himself and block a shot off of Justin Denman, but can't do it because Justin Denman's just a little bit smarter.
Well, they're going to review whether that's a 2 or a 3. You see Greg Dandridge on headset, joined, by the way, by Brent Haskell and Aaron Smith. Those are our 3 officials as we take a look at the view that Greg is seeing right now.
Yeah, I don't even think it's close. I thought he was well behind that three-point line.
Well, it appears he was. Not sure if that's going to be the definitive view, but I guess that's enough for Greg Dandridge to confirm the call. So 3 free throws coming for Justin Denman. Shooting 83% from the stripe this year as he hits the first. Now, one of the things that Bob McKinnon was talking about prior to the game with me, Abe, was how tough it is to come back from an Achilles injury. And in some ways, Justin Denman, at 33 years old, has made it look probably easier than it really is.
Yeah, I've had that same injury, had the surgery and the recovery. The hardest part, believe it or not, is just the waiting. You sit there and you're just waiting for the Achilles to heal back in a cast. And then the second hardest part is the recovery, because you're basically, your muscles have atrophied at that point, and all you have to do truly is get your one leg back to the same strength that the other was back in. And really, that is really, really hard. Imagine just not walking for 4 straight months and then just trying to get your one leg back into normal shape. I mean, I remember I put the weight on the one leg for the first time, and I could barely even hold myself up. So for Justin Denman to be back here competing is truly a testament to his training regimen.
Canyon Berry back in the game for the Wolves as the Legends lead by 2. Their first lead of the game. They trailed by as many as 14 in the first quarter. Midway through the second quarter, the Legends have been able to crawl back.
You can see that they're trying to take advantage of Hornsby there in the post, but DJO, it looked like he was wide open, but no one could really get him the ball.
Johnson called for the foul. Johnson coming out back-to-back double-doubles, getting a lot more time on the floor. Here he is, trying to make a play defensively.
Wouldn't be surprised if they went back to DJO here to try to get him a look.
Now look inside to Welsh. Spalding on his back. 4 on the shot clock. And Spalding's able to hold serve. TB with the take. He's unable to convert. Oh, nice find. Barry to Welsh.
Great find. Great job by Welsh just to continue to run the floor there in transition. And he is a beneficiary of another really good transition pass.
Hornsby lines up at 3.
It's as clean a look as he's probably going to get tonight. He was wide open, just couldn't knock it down.
You don't want to let that guy shoot. Canyon Barry in and out. Shooting 43% from the perimeter.
Well, what you want to do is you punish him in the post, just like Spalding is there, but I will correct myself. I said he wouldn't get a cleaner look than the pass possession, but looks like Hornsby just got one right there in the corner.
Well, he had a hand in his face. I don't know how clean the look was. He missed the open one, hit the contested one. As Barry with the drive, but he's unable to knock. Hornsby, an inside-out move, but no one was there when he got caught in the air. Start. Ray Spalding talking to the ref. He was saying that he fouled Stark to break the transition, but they didn't give him the call. It was one of those times where you want the foul. Denman, Johnson, and the foul. The Legends got the call there. They retake the lead, and Xavier Johnson will go to the line with a chance to complete the three-point play.
Just great communication. You see the nonverbal communication in the backdoor cut. Nice contested finish, and X is going to get a chance to get one more.
I mentioned those back-to-back double-doubles for Johnson. Well, he's got 8 points and 3 rebounds with that miss. And make that 10 points. It ends up being a 4-point possession for the 11th leading scorer in Colorado Buffalo program history, Xavier Johnson.
Yeah, got him with the Euro step there.
Johnson Odom. Not happy that he missed the layup.
He's off to a bit of a slow start tonight, but this is the team's leading scorer, and he scores in bunches. He's all over the floor, too. If you look at his shot charts, I mean, you see green everywhere. You see it on the three-point line. You see it in the mid-post. You see it in the lane. He's got a really big body. He's built like a running back almost, but he scores in a variety of ways.
There's Xavier Rathan Mays, who already has 4 assists in just 9 minutes. Darius Johnson Odom now into double figures with 10 points.
It's got to be one of the smaller backcourts you'll see in the G League with Stark, Goodwin, and DJO out there.
Not a lot of size on the floor. Rathan Mays hangs but gets his own rebound. Hornsby guarded by Barry. Spalding fires.
I think he misses short because he doesn't use his legs as much as he should. You think a big guy doesn't need to use his legs, but he misses short quite often for a big guy. See here, they're trying to do a little two-man game. Well, Justin Detman just says, I don't need 2 men, I just need myself. Unfortunately, he commits the turnover here and gets the foul. That's a double whammy.
Well, we're going to step aside. 2:46 to play. In the first quarter, the Wolves were up. They named Comerica Center. I want to thank the folks over at Comerica for their partnership. Canyon Barry to the line. 2:46 to play here in the opening half. And notice something there, Abe.
Yeah, looked like some unorthodox free throw shooting, but I'm sure I know who taught him that.
I think Papa Rick Barry. The granny-style shot, and in case you were wondering, Canyon Barry does have the University of Florida record for most consecutive made free throws, right around 40. He is one of the best free throw shooters, or was one of the best free throw shooters in the country, and remains an outstanding free throw shooter, 90% on the season, even though we saw a rare miss.
I'm curious, like, you know, when the game is really on the line, does he pull that thing out and just, I think he got to do it, right?
I think he shoots it like that all the time.
Got to do it.
Did you ever consider that?
Never in my wildest dreams.
Did you ever play with someone who was a bad free throw shooter and that was suggested to them?
I've seen bad free throw shooters attempt a lot of different things. It was not so much the release point or any of the shot mechanics, but really the routine leading up to it. They just try to free their mind from what they're actually doing.
Well, we've seen that with DeAndre Jordan. He's credited his pre-shot routine as the prime reason that he's become a good free throw shooter. And it's crazy to say, but that's just the truth.
Yeah, it's all about it's the mental aspect really at this point. I mean, these are professional basketball players. They know how to put the ball in the basket at least somewhat consistently. Sometimes there's like that mental blockage that you just kind of have to free, and sometimes it's as simple as changing the routine.
Darius Johnson-Odom with 12 points. Hits both free throws. We're tied up. Just over 2 minutes to play. Gary Trent with lots of space. And for the rebound is Moore. And Moore might have missed a cutting Canyon Barry. Johnson-Odom over Trent.
Now I know I'm going to say this again, but that step back looks a lot like the step back of James Harden. I'm telling you, this footwork is very, very similar, and that he's left-handed too. It's almost like looking at a carbon copy.
Johnson, nice move along the baseline.
XJ, one hand spin, one hand finish. Really nice.
.80 seconds to play here in the half. Two teams who have been struggling, trying to get that 10th win. Both teams 9-20. Xavier Johnson feeling it. He's got 14.
This guy's playing really, really well. Getting a lot of confidence, getting some opportunities with the ball in the post and the mid-post, and taking full advantage of it.
And he did this last year. He rode a stretch last year where he really picked his production up. And he's doing that here this year. Getting some more playing time and rewarding Coach Mack. And here he is with the rebound.
You can tell he's a little tired here. I'm sure there's going to be a substitution for him shortly.
Nathan Mays and Bob McKinnon, the fist bump.
Well, he's happy because he's finally seeing his team come together. He's seeing a guy in Xavier Nathan Mays really put together a complete game.
And an offensive foul will send it the other way. If the Legends won, they can get a shot up quickly for a 2-for-1. Darius Johnson-Odom called for it. As Justin Detman will come into the game. If you need a quick shot, I don't know that there's anyone better to put in the game than Justin Detman.
No. He's as good as they get. And you better believe if he's not out there to shoot it, he's definitely out there to be a decoy. Because he's either going to space the floor or he's going to get one up. One of the two. Can't miss it, especially at this juncture of a game. We got 32 seconds. You really want to get two shots up, right? You want to get one, get a stop, and get another one. Justin Detman might be able to get 6 for us here if all goes well.
You know those competitions where you got to get the layup, the free throw, the three, and the half-court shot in 30 seconds?
Yep.
Justin Detman's, he's the guy to, if you need to get someone to do it for you, he's the guy.
Yeah, I bet you he'd probably shoot the 3 first.
Yeah.
Because he knows that's probably easier for him than the layup.
We got a bit of a delay. Making sure the clock is right, and it is. 8-second difference, game clock to shot clock.
And now you're seeing Akeem work, and probably to be a defensive stopper. You're probably going to see a ball screen here, and Akeem Works probably have to switch out in order to have really good coverage.
That's the Legends patiently getting set in the front court. 2 for 1 out the door. They lead by 7. Rathan Mays. Denman. Jumper. 9-point lead.
There goes one for them. They need to stop if they can get one. And, well, looks like that rest of the game is, this comes down to this one stop essentially.
Goodwin working against Rathan Mays. Good if it goes. And he's short. So that's going to send us to the break. Stick around. We're going to hear from Legends assistant coach Zach Chu momentarily as he'll join